Welcome everybody back to Nine's Corner. How are you doing? Do you know what day it is? Because I'm not quite sure. And, okay, have you ever had, where the universe or whoever or whatever it is that all day they just bug you about a song or a name or something, like it's like some kind of thought follows you? So come along with me. First, it started off this morning, and I was on YouTube, and I saw this video, and it was a lost speech from John F. Kennedy, and it had to do with Canada and the United States and our relationship and the importance of it, and it was really inspirational, I have to say. So then I was looking for some paper later on in my desk, and when I pulled it out, there was a picture of my mom there, and this was a picture that she had in Florida. And that reminded me of a story that she had told me, that when she was there for July 4th, for the big celebrations in Florida in Disney World, she said, Nine, you had to be there. There was one video, a screen that had John F. Kennedy on it, another screen that had Martin Luther King. And she said, as he started to say, I had a dream, she said, Nine, I just started to bawl. And she said, heart on hand. She said, I was sobbing. And I was like, Mom, you do know you're not, a United States citizen. And she said, no, Nine, but it made me proud to be a human. And then we kind of went into this conversation about, how we look at Mother Nature, we look at a bird, we look at a squirrel, and we're just like in awe of the beauty of it and the perfection of it. And we never put the weight of, well, hold on now, what do you do for a living? Or you don't put all these things on it, or you don't put this list of to do to make them of value. And yet we do that as humans. And certainly it kind of just reminded me that we're coming into this time where we have to get rid of the old to make room for the new. So the John F. Kennedy, I decided, you're following me. I keep having all these little messages saying John F. Kennedy, John F. Kennedy. So I thought, let's look into the unfortunate canoe accident. Let's look into Jack Kennedy III. And let's look and see if John F. Kennedy wants to use the tarots to give us some messages. But prior to that, because I had wanted to do a reading about the Wisconsin election, because the fact that the Supreme Court had decided that, yes, we're going to continue with this election. We don't care if there's two voting booths. We don't care if people have to get in a line and take their life into harm's way. And I just start thinking, there's just something amiss here. There's something that's just not quite right about it. And I thought there must be something more, because, these are people that, have a lifetime of dealing with the law and trying to do what's best. So I thought there must be a blessing in disguise somehow. Maybe the fact that, and we've discussed this before, where Donald Trump, his back is going up against the corner. And there's going to be two things that are going to happen. One, he's either going to be a frightened little child, and he's going to wham, wham, bam, bam his way out, giving the middle finger saying, screw you. Or he's going to go insane. And the more pressure that's put on him, the more insane he's going to get, the more insane his Trumpsters are going to get. And we have to take a step back and realize that this is not just Donald Trump. He's like so nothing in comparison to the enablers. And all that needs to be fixed, whether you're Republican or Democrat. Because let's face it, the Democrats have their own issues too. But then I was thinking, maybe the Supreme Court in their wisdom didn't do this, or knew that they would be doing this, causing a fuss because it would look bad. But they were looking down the road that in the future, will Donald Trump try to use COVID as a means to slow down or delay the election, or to interfere with the election? They're always trying to do voter suppression. In that election alone, they normally have, say if it's 20, they had 5 opened, or, that kind of a thing for the election poll. So I thought, let's have a look and see, is there a greater reason for the ruling for Wisconsin? And yay, a Democrat won. Okay, so let's see. Is there a greater reason for that? 1, 2, 3. So we have the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups is complete, don't know where the future's going. These are unprecedented times, and the people who were making the ruling in the Supreme Court, they were just looking at it and going, wow, this could go in several directions. What's the best decision for us to make to ensure the future? So they came up with a plan, the Three of Pentacles. I think they knowingly did this, even though they knew the media would get on it. They knew that people would be peeved off. But I think they did this to set a precedent, to say, hey, no matter what, the election's going to happen. Maybe in their wisdom, they did this knowing that if they came out and said it, it would peeve Trump off. But by doing it like this, they're doing it without poking the bear, because the end result is justice. Justice is exactly what it is. This is setting the goal to the highest good, knowing that in the interim it might scorch a little bit, it might hurt a little bit, people might not see the value in it, but this was definitely done with the intention of putting forth the ability to have a democratic vote when it's time to come. So I do think that they did this for the greater good, and I think that's wonderful. I just couldn't get my head wrapped around it. And the more I thought about it, the more I thought, yeah, there's something a bit more here. So, first, we're going to look into the unfortunate accident. God bless their souls. There was, sorry, I'm going to have to look up her name. It was Maeve Kennedy Townsend McCain and her son. So that would be the granddaughter to John F. Kennedy. So I thought, let's look in. Supposedly there was, her and her son were on their on their cabin or on their estate, and they were playing with the ball. The ball went out into the water. This is in Maryland, and that they went in the canoe to get the ball. The next thing, 24 hours later, they're found dead. So let's look into this and see, is this an unfortunate set of circumstances, or is there more to the story? You know what I mean. Let's look. 1, 2, 3. Four of Pentacles. I believe this is the mother. They were going after the ball. They got into the canoe like they've done 100 times before. I don't think that she was, or, but the child being the younger, but I don't think they were looking at it as, oh no, something's going to go wrong. I think that they were just retrieving the ball, holding on. Then I have the Nine of Pentacles. I think this card could also be representative of the mother having to hold on to the child. I think that the mother probably was harmed in some way, got, hit her head, or was trying to help the child, but there was some kind of trying to hold on, and that they're okay. They're in a better place. They are together, and this is like wishes fulfilled. So this is done purely by destiny. The end result is the Ten of Pentacles. This was something that was destined to happen, and especially happen within this family. Not that there's a curse per se, but I think that there's people and groups of people that come into this world as a family, and they have certain things that happen in their lives that affect them Like, you often hear about the curse of the Kennedys because so many get hurt or killed in such a dramatic way. But they're people of importance. They're people that are known, not of importance, but I mean in the sense of they're people that are known to many. So anything that happens in their lives is so much bigger. So I think everybody's looking at it going, my God, how could they, after 24 hours say that she's gone? How could she, The reality is people can drown in the smallest amount of water. All it takes is for a child to be upset and frailing around, or to be hurt, or for the drifts to come in. I mean, So I would venture that if I was looking at this set of cards, this was just an unfortunate accident that was destined to happen, and it really was just as simple as they were trying to hold on to their ball. God bless them. Pray for them. So no, I don't think there's any background to that story more than just a true accident. So let's look, and I thought the second question we would look into is into Joe Kennedy III. So I checked out his numerology. He's a life path destiny of 5. So wow, a lot of people who I deal with in politics have 5 somewhere in their numerology chart. And that's like somebody who needs change, who needs that constant go-go, which is a great thing because when you're in politics or if you're into the management of something, you need to be somebody who's willing to be on the go all the time. And this is somebody who's definitely got a passion about them. Their birth number is 4, so there's major stability. There's, I hate to say it, but there's almost like a boringness about him. I think he's nice. He certainly has a lot of good mental balance, but he's almost like, never the bride, always the bridesmaid. He's like, it's just like he's sort of the second fiddle all the time. And he's numerology. He's in a personal year of 8. So this is a year where some powerful things can happen to him. He can manifest health. He can manifest money. He can manifest new career opportunities, the whole 9 yards. So I definitely think that based on his number, and I mean, he's a Libra. So he's one of those people that, when he makes a decision, he's very thoughtful about it. He weighs out his options, and he likes to have time to make up his mind about things. He does have some old-fashioned tendencies, which can be in this time of quick change and the time of coming into personal empowerment as a people. That is a little bit of a negative for him. But let's look and see. Let's just do a quick little past, present, and future on Joe Kennedy III and just see, is he considering, getting into the presidential run at some point? Is that going to be the family legacy, have another Kennedy as president? Let's have a look. Oh no, Pud. The cat's over. I hope she's not going to try crying now to get out. Okay, so our first card up is the Emperor. So this is a huge father, authoritative. This is a family with family lineage. You can definitely see the male influence. That doesn't mean that, it means that the male influence being that the masculine influence. Definitely a family destiny, very family oriented. Then he has the Chariot. So it's almost like he is braced right now that he could go this way or that way, but he doesn't know. He's a Libra, and it's hard for him to make decisions because he needs that scale to be balanced. But right now, it's like he has a calling, he has a destiny, but at the same time, he's kind of internally saying, what am I doing? Is this really what I want? It's like there's a conflict between the lineage of what he has or where he comes from, and then his future is the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune is very much, you know, it kind of has a twofold. One, it could mean that this poor Libra guy is going to be trying to balance his way through his career, and all of a sudden the Wheel of Fortune is just going to come. They're going to tap him on the shoulder and say, we need you now. Or the Wheel of Fortune could be like, you know what? I know everybody thinks I'm destined for this. This is how I've been groomed. My education's there. But we're all being affected by this pandemic. And this could be a time where he might decide, you know what? I don't know what I'm doing and I need to take a step back. So hold on. Let's just pull another card and see. I don't know. I kind of feel like when the cards give me the Wheel of Fortune, it's like it's telling me you're going to get a definite yes or a definite no, but you'll know the answer when it's time to know the answer. You're just not going to know it right now. You know, it's one of those kind of, or at least for me, as I read it. Ooh, look. See, confusion again. So here we have the representation of people being a representative of the people. I could look at it that way. I could look at it as him and his family in their family unit right now are feeling secure in what they're doing right now and they're not ready to move on. So I'll leave this one alone. He's a futuristic one, but I think there's a possibility of some big things happening for him. So we'll see how that goes. Actually, you know what? I'm going to switch my cards out because I wanted to ask John F. Kennedy. You've been coming to my life, and I just named two ways to you guys. There's been like several things that have happened, like even like I was there last night, and you know how like sometimes you're doing the dishes and you got YouTube on and one video goes into another and you're not even paying attention, so you have no idea what it's on. And I noticed that it was on some kind of Marilyn Monroe, the whole like last 24 hours or something to that effect. And of course there was John F. Kennedy. So I'm thinking our best bet now would be to look at and see what would be John F. Kennedy's advice to us. What is it that he would like to give us advice about when it comes to the current administration, when it comes to we as the people, and the outcome? Let's just see if we can get some information on the energies going forth in this coming year. John F. Kennedy, can you please use my tarots and give us a message? First, we'll ask for what is the focus of the current administration. Then we're going to ask for what is the best advice for the people currently, and what, in your view, is the outcome of everything that we're currently going through. Okay. So what the focus is on for the current administration, surprise, surprise, money, 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 reputation, money, resources, the rich getting richer, holding on to the last of the concrete buildings, administrations, businesses, the whole current big pharma, big government, big everything to line the people's pockets. That's what this current administration, and that's not just Donald Trump. That is the enablers. That's all of them. What advice do we have for the people? Oh, Six of Swords. So in the Six of Swords, it's very much about being in rough waters and coming to a better place. And this is also realizing that whatever you take, whatever you have, you're going to take with you. So if you don't learn the lessons that are being shown through this pandemic, if you're not going to take the time and say, you know what, I need to come to a place of gratitude for the food that I have, for the space that I have, for the breath that I have, and to be still able to be part of the revolution, the change that's coming, But you have to change your thoughts to get from the bad place to the good place. Excellent. Excellent. The end result is the Hermit. So the reality is we do have to look internally. And this is not just, if you look at it in stages, you've got your world stage. It doesn't matter if you're from Canada, if you're from Israel, if you're from United States, UK, wherever you're from. We have to look internally and look at what do we value? What is the value that we're putting on people, that we put greater value on our dogs? We put greater value on a dollar bill. We put greater value on materialistic things while we're spiritually spent. We're spiritually, we're empty. We're in the red. So I think the greater outcome is that we're finally going to be at the dawn of seeing the spiritual awakening, to see the value in life and to be kinder to one another. But this is the beginning of the journey. We're just starting to see the spark of light. But this is so exciting. This is awesome. So, John F. Kennedy. Who's going to win? Is that awful to ask? Who's going to win the election? I'll say Donald Trump on my left and Biden on my right. Well, Trump, 6 of Pentacles. He's going to be doing his best to make it appear as though he is giving everybody everything. He's giving them resources. He's giving them money. He's taking care of them. But then you have the Ace of Wands for Joe Biden. So there's definitely a inspiration for things to get done. For Donald Trump, Wheel of Fortune. So it's a big yes or a big no, just not right now. Joe Biden, you can't make this stuff up. There's 2 situations. I'm telling you guys, Joe Biden, there's something, it's something for both of them, because with Trump, he's got the Wheel of Fortune. And in previous readings, I've seen him, the possibility of between now and June, or even before the election, him having a complete turn of events and getting sick. But then I also see Joe Biden being in with his eyes closed. So I'm not going to get any more information. It's just a work that's progressing. I was even thinking maybe I should do like a weekly check-in. What are the vibes going forward to the election? But then I thought, my gosh, that'll be exhausting and nerve-wracking to do. I'm even having a hot flash even thinking about it. Oh my goodness gracious, guys. Now I feel awful. 2 times in a row. What is happening here? Okay. As always, my light, our light, written? Lordy Lord, time for 9 to go. A candle lit for all of us. Wishing you light for your darkness. Hope you have a great evening. If you have any questions, any comments, any ideas for questions that you want answered, please put it in the comments section. Like and share. And if you are interested in doing a reading, go back to my previous reading. I'm going to have to look up the name of it and put it in the description, so that if you would like to win a free reading, you can just put your name down in the comments and say, I'd like a reading on that particular. I will put it in the description. So, wishing you light for your darkness. Have a great day, guys. Take care.